Yes, sir. It'll kill you, strip you in 10 seconds flat. Usually I'm not down around here myself, but I wanted to catch that show. This stuff is like gold around here, you know.
What the heck is this place?
Robbie!
Call me Snake.
Where are you going dressed like that?
I have to escape from New York.
No!
What?
Pick up some diapers on your way home.
Whatever. Oh, hey, babe. Hey guys, Robbie Webster here, and welcome to John Carpenter Week on the Blu-ray Brothers channel. As you can probably tell by that skit you just watched, I'm going to be reviewing the 1981 cult classic Escape from New York, obviously directed by John Carpenter, and starring Kurt Russell, Lee Van Cleef, Ernest Borgnine, among other people. A lot of you probably have already seen this movie, but this is one of my favorite movies from the 80s. I wasn't allowed to see until I was an adult. My parents, I remember seeing this movie poster in the like when we were going to rent a VHS tape, and we were trying to rent a movie as a family, and I wanted to see it, but they said that was probably a little bit too adult for me, and I never got to see it until after high school. But it's a great movie, a cult classic action film, just a fun film, and it takes place in a dystopian future of 1997, and in the future, the crime rate in America has risen by 400%, and as a result, they ended up turning the entire island of Manhattan into a maximum security prison. They built a 50-foot tall wall around the entire island, and when someone gets sentenced for a major crime, they throw you in there, and it's automatically a life sentence. Everyone that goes in never comes out, and none of the police are allowed to step foot on the island itself. It basically runs under its own laws, so you can imagine it's a pretty nasty place in there. And even though that sounds extremely far-fetched, it's just a really fun concept for a movie. Now, Kurt Russell plays Snake Plissken, who is a really cool character, like butt-kicking character, and he is an ex-military war hero, and he ended up getting himself in trouble somehow by trying to rob the National Reserve. Not sure what his motives were there, but you know, based on his character, he probably had ulterior motives other than trying to get rich. But anyhow, he gets caught and convicted, and he's sentenced to go spend the rest of his life in New York City. And right before he's processed and put into the city, Air Force One is hijacked by terrorists. I'm telling you guys, this is an action-packed movie. And the terrorists are planning to just crash the plane into New York. And I guess there's like this little escape pod on the plane, so the president jumps in the escape pod, and so he's able to survive the crash. but this major crime lord called the Duke of New York ends up catching him, and he holds him hostage. He says that unless the police allow everyone to escape from the city, they're not going to release the president. And the president was on his way to this major thing where he's supposed to be negotiating peace between the Soviet Union and China and the United States. Because basically after the Cold War, the Cold War kind of turned into World War III in this future. So, yeah, that's kind of the gist of it, how things get going. And, oh, there is one other funny part that I wanted to talk about. The way that Snake's character gets into the city is that he flies this little stealth glider into the city, and he actually lands on top of the World Trade Center, which I just think is just really funny because it's just so far-fetched. But it really works, and it's just a classic 80s movie. It has all the 80s music you love. It has a great soundtrack I love. John Carpenter does his own music in a lot of his movies, and he did so in this. Sorry about that, guys. My phone's beeping and messing up the audio. But yeah, I highly recommend this movie. It is definitely one of my favorite John Carpenter films, and it's a must-watch. You can pick up the Blu-ray for about $8, and I'm actually not really familiar with all of the editions. There might be different editions of this that are better, but this one, the picture and sound quality seems great to me. I mean, I'm not the most in-depth reviewer of that kind of thing. I don't notice some of the defects that other people tend to harp on in a lot of movies. To me, it doesn't really bother me too much. I'm more of an average viewer. I mean, I do love to get in-depth with movies and things like that, but as far as from a technical standpoint, I'm not as hip to those type of things, if you will. But for me, this is a pretty good buy for $7 or $8. Unfortunately, the only special feature that it has is the original theatrical trailer, and that's only available on the DVD, so it's in standard definition and not high definition. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you, if you haven't seen this movie, I hope you watch it and just have a great time. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy a great science fiction post-apocalyptic thriller. Thanks for watching. See you next time.